Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Grape Escapes by Cold Storage with me, Fiona Stephens, the beer, wine and spirits buyer. Today's theme is meat matching, but don't despair vegetarians because I have options for you also. Now the main thing is it's lovely to experiment with food and wine pairing, but there's 3 rules that will just help steer you in the right direction. Number 1, red wines generally go with red meats and white wines generally go with white meats such as chicken and also fish. Secondly, to match the intensity of flavour of the dish with the intensity of flavour of the wine or vice versa, and that way they don't compete, they actually harmonise and work very well together. And lastly, to match dry wines with savoury foods and sweet wines with sweet foods. I've got 3 lovely red wines for you this week to match with red meats and powerful flavoursome vegetarian dishes. I hope you enjoy them. First on my list is an Italian classic from the Tuscany region and the producer Recine. Now this is a Chianti Classico, which means it's from the centre of the Chianti region where all the premium vineyards are. A lovely well-structured wine, lots of lovely red fruit character, and it's got these subtle earthy and spice notes, medium bodied but with really nice fine tannins. My absolute favourite pairing for this is with lamb. So lamb's very savoury in nature and it needs a wine that's got a bit of oomph to stand up to it. Perfect with lamb chops, absolutely delicious with those sort of slow cooked lamb dishes such as the Greek dish kleftiko, but it's also wonderful with Mediterranean vegetable dishes as well for the vegetarians. Now this is normally $48, but we've got it on offer for you at the moment for $41. A classic and delicious. Secondly, I'm going to whisk you off to Australia with a classic blend Shiraz Cabernet from the wonderful producer Penfolds. This is the 2018 vintage. Now it's called Max's and this range is exclusive to Cold Storage, and it's an homage to Max Schubert, who was a legendary winemaker for Penfolds. It's got wonderful fresh blackcurrant fruit, it's got ripe plum notes, delicious peppery spice, it's full-bodied but it's got beautiful ripe velvety tannins, and it's got a subtle oak finish as well. You can enjoy this with full flavoured beef dishes such as Wagyu steak, but for vegetarians out there you can also pair this with mushroom based dishes as well, because mushrooms generally quite full flavoured, exactly like this wine is. Absolutely delicious. It's normally $43. We've got it on offer for $36 at the moment. Australian classic, wonderful, give it a go. Lastly, we're off to Sonoma County in America with the well-known producers Kendall Jackson and their Vintners Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon 2017. Now, Kendall Jackson are very well known for sourcing their fruit from some of the best sites in California, and it really shows in their wines. Now, this Cabernet Sauvignon is a little bit special. It's also got some other grapes in the blend as well. So we've got Merlot, Malbec, Petit Verdot and Cabernet Franc, which adds lovely complexity and delicious little flavour notes along the way. This has got really lovely opulent black cherry, cassis notes with also delicious vanilla and mocha hints as well, which come from aging in French and American oak. It's full-bodied but it's deliciously long and silky, and it is an absolute perfect match with lots of meats, but my favourite for this is pork dishes such as glazed ribs, but also things like sweet and sour pork work beautifully as well. Robert Parker's Wine Advocate gave this 90 points, and it's a steal at normally just $42, but it's down to $36 for you at the moment. An absolute delicious Cabernet Sauvignon, and I'm sure you will really enjoy it. Thank you for joining me again this week from my home with this great selection of wines to pair with red meats. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.